Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is Speederman here once again with another film review, and this time I'm talking about a film called Psychotic. Psychotic is from 2016. It's a slasher film, if I could even call it that. So this is a slasher film trying to copy, or it's inspired by the giallo films of the 60s and 70s. And quite frankly, this movie's a mess, but I still found it entertaining. So this movie's about these two guys. Was really about these Brooklyn hipsters live in Brooklyn, New York, town of Bushwick, and they are savagely stalked by this killer known as the Bushwick Mass Killer or whatever. And so one of them is a singer-songwriter, and the other one is just a peeping Tom, kind of perverted guy, kind of, you know, sick in the head. And yeah, everybody is you know, stalked by this killer who has these you know, masks. And there is a twist to this film, but the whole film is like, man, like the writing is really bad, because the whole film there's no real character development. Most of the time everyone's just getting drunk or high. There's a lot of weed smoking in this film. Not that I mind that, you know, I don't mind that at all, but the movie doesn't really go anywhere. It's just your typical like slasher, low budget slasher film, I guess. Like the guy that's a singer-songwriter, he gets kicked out of the band without saying too much of the story, but he's kind of like, you know, a loner. And then his only character that actually sort of has some interesting things about him. Everyone else is just like, you know, whatever, like party people, hipsters, you know. So you don't really care about any of these characters, and the film does start to drag. I mean, I don't know how I even made it to the end, to be honest, guys, but there was some funny moments in this film. Whether they were intentional or not, I don't know, but there's some funny stuff in here. But to say that this was a good movie, well, man, I don't know about all that. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot from this, but I wasn't, you know, really, I was disappointed, but it's not the worst slasher film I've seen of recent years. But yeah, man, I feel like the writing could have been better. The acting was terribly bad, but I mean, it's a low budget film, so I really can't say I expected a lot from this film. I don't know, man. I do kind of like the way the film was shot, and there are some scenes in here that remind me, especially the beginning of this film. OMG, man, you could tell they straight up copied the whole Halloween first person view from the first film. They totally copied Halloween in this, and I think that was kind of cool, though, you know. They copied Halloween first person camera shots, and that was cool. But there is one kill in this film that I thought was pretty creative, and it involves a bong and blood. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought that was pretty creative. I'd never seen a kill like that in a slasher film, so I'll give it points for that. But it still doesn't make up for the lack of writing, the lack of decent writing, the lack of story. And yeah, this is, I mean, if you don't care about story, I guess you could watch this film. If you just want a fun, stupid movie, slasher, you like dumb slasher films, then yeah, you could watch this and just suspend your disbelief and everything. But if you expect more, or you like your film more, you know, intelligent than this, then yeah, I will look elsewhere. So at the end of the day, I can sort of recommend this film if you're into like slasher horror comedies that really don't have a lot of good writing. If you're into those kind of films, then yeah, I recommend this film. But if you're looking for a real good horror film, stay away from this. You know, I would not watch this unless you want to laugh, you know, and kind of be bored. I don't know, man. It's a pretty bad film. But I didn't really lose anything because I watched it for free. And it's not a film that I would buy, you know, or, you know, collect. But it is what it is. So at the end of the day, I give this film a 4 out of 10. Despite there were some things in there that I like, but it still does not make it great. Does not make it a watchable film. So yeah, that's what I thought about Psychotic. And let me know what you guys thought. If you guys seen that film, did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, right? Let's fucking go!